disappointed in the president for not taking a stronger stand against those that broke into the White House and to the Congress. Yes, I am disappointed in the president. But I'm also disappointed in the media. I'm disappointed because they were so quick to judge that all of those that broke in were representative of Trump supporters. I think that is a very unfair way to judge and to typify. I think that that would be just like saying that all of those that riot and break into stores and steal represent all blacks. I think that's a very false statement, and I think it was a very false statement for them. I think it's a shame when the institution of the Congress is violated, but I think it's a shame when persons that own private property, businesses and cars and trucks and police vehicles are destroyed. I think that's just as evil and vile as what was happening in Washington. So to say that the Congress people are greater than the general public, the little store owner, where is our media? Why do they think that government officials should be held in a higher respect than the black laborer or than the white or black store owner? It seems to me that they skewed the news in such a way that we're to hold Congress people in greater esteem than we're to hold the common man, whether he be black or white. I'm sorry, I don't think that what happened was right. I think it was absolutely wrong. I think it should be condemned. But I think that to put more preference on the Congress than on the common man perpetuates the society injustice that we've seen perpetuated against blacks and people of color for years. Media, wake up. The president didn't cause this, but he didn't do as much as he could have to stop it from happening. And to say that those people that broke into Congress were representative of all Trump supporters is just as wrong as to stereotype blacks who riot and destroy property across America. They do not represent peaceful protesters any more than those that broke into Congress represent Trump supporters. So I get off my soapbox, but I think that that needed to be said. I was appalled by the press coverage of the whole incident and how quickly they turned everything against the president as a person instead of against those that broke in to the Congress. So I've said enough, but I want to bring that into a focus with today's passage of Scripture from Jeremiah chapter 17. For God clearly gives a message to both Republicans and Democrats, Trump supporters, rioters, to everyone, Democrat and Republican. Jeremiah has a strong word that he preached to the nation of Israel, but is just as applicable to America today, and particularly to the news media, who have evidently become so embittered against the president that everything is his fault and everything is caused by him. I think he's arrogant. I think that he has made many, many mistakes, but I think he's done many things well too. But I really oppose the classification that I saw yesterday on the news media, exalting congressmen, congresswomen above the American store owner and above the laborer of today and the peaceful protesters of the civil injustice that's gone on in America for years and years and years. To put them above everybody else is an absolute mistake. And I think the news media owes all of the rest of the common Americans an apology for the way they covered yesterday's events. In any case, Jeremiah chapter 17, we have two very interesting things that are said. First is the contrast between the wicked and the righteous. The second that I want to bring to your attention is the fact that what we do is written on our hearts. And here Jeremiah uses the terminology with iron, as if it were chiseling into stone, and with diamonds, just as if it was engraved upon our hearts with the sharpest and the deepest penetration that it can be engraved on. And then finally, the fact that the Lord is very clear, and he makes it clear that we should be sure that he is the one that's in control, and that he is the one that will hold to all justice. I think that's true for Republicans and Democrats. He is going to hold all of those, both Republican and Democrat, responsible for their careless talk and for their careless actions. I think that there were many times during the riots across America that the Democrats instigated a hatred between black and white, and made statements that were just as out of line as anything that the president has done. And again, I wanted to show you the contrast of what God says about how he's going to treat the righteous man and the man that is wicked. Let's take a look first at how God is going to hold accountable the wicked in verses 5 and 6 of chapter 17 of Jeremiah. Thus says the Lord, cursed is the man who trusts in mankind and makes flesh his strength, and whose heart turns away from the Lord. For he will be like a bush in the desert, and will not see when prosperity comes, but will live in the stony waste and the wilderness, a land of salt without inhabitant. The person who trusts in man and trusts in the flesh will always be disappointed. I'm disappointed in the president. I'm disappointed in the press. I'm disappointed in the people that broke into Congress. I'm disappointed because I have trusted in man instead of trusting in God. And I believe God is going to bring about a punishment for all of us because we've drifted so far from him. But listen what God says as a contrast to the punishment for the unrighteous. Blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, and whose trust is in the Lord. For he will be like a tree planted by the water, that extends its roots by the streams, and will not fear when the heat comes, but its leaves will be green, and it will not be anxious in a year of drought, nor cease to yield fruit. What a contrast, like a tree planted by waters, not fearing and producing good fruit. There is a difference between trusting in man and trusting in God, and we need to trust God. We need to trust God for everything that we have and everything that we are, and for all of the future. Well, what about good intentions, and what about honorable trying and the best effort that somebody might make? Is God going to condemn all of us because we are not at all clean of any of the wickedness that mankind has? Or does he have some other way of measuring? Well, let's take a look at the next verses. The heart is more deceitful than all else, and is desperately sick. Who can understand it? I, the Lord, search the heart. I test the mind, even to give to each man according to his ways, according to the results of his deeds. Therefore, even though man may not understand what another man's heart is all about or what his other mind is, it's very clear that God knows the heart and he knows the mind. He knows whether it was intentional or accidental. He knows whether we tried or whether we didn't try. He knows what's in our heart, our true motivations, and he is a just God who will judge all of those reporters. He will judge all of those that went into the Congress. He will judge all of those that are in leadership positions, whether they be Democrats or Republicans. Yes, he'll be the judge. And my friends, we may not see that justice finally played out, but it will be played out. God is not mocked, and he will know the truth, and he will take care of those who have been wicked and those who have done it intentionally. And that's my thought for the day. God bless you and have a great day.